Hello everyone and welcome to my next tutorial on how to set up TFS within Eclipse. Previously within today's class, February 1st class, we'll discuss about how to install Eclipse. We'll install it during class time. We'll also go through and how to install TFS, which is going to be our source code repository. For homework assignments and so forth, you'll have to repeat this process on your home computer. So with that said, there's already documentation out on the Blackboard, which is just a link to a Microsoft site that shows you what to download, and we'll go over that in class tonight. So now we're kind of to the point where we have that installed, and we now need to link up our TFS from Eclipse. So our TFS is basically a website that holds all our source code information, and like I said, we'll talk about that later. And we'll go over this in class as well tonight, but I wanted to have a video in place. So what we're going to do is, as you see here, I have Eclipse opened up. I'm going to click on Window, Show View, and then as you see here, my options down here, so I want to click Other. And you're going to scroll down, you're going to pop up, and you're going to look for something called Team Explorer. Team Foundation Server and Team Explorer, and hit OK. Next option is you're going to come over to the little guy that looks like an outlet and click Outlet. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a new group. So if you click on Servers, Add, I already have this done. So here's my group. Connection details. They already have port 8080 in there. It's it should be HTTPS secure, so you should be able to click OK. And then what you have to do is you have to sign in. So the email that you were signed or set up, we'll discuss that later. We'll be able to get accumulated here. So let me see what I think it's CIT130.com. Enter my password. And click sign in. And as you see, my group has been added now. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hit close. And as you see here, I have no projects I'm connecting right now. The first project I have in place is my first project, and we'll talk about that later. So just click on that and click Finish. It says you have an Eclipse projects open that are connected to a different foundation server workspace. Connecting to another workspace will bring projects that utilize a version control and offline. Are you sure to continue? Yes. All right, so what I want to do is verify what the heck I just did, and it works. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so it shows you I have multiple projects. I'm only going to be able to connect to this one at a time, which is fine. Finish. All right. So next thing we want to do is we want to just show you how to add code and so forth. So now that's set up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Eclipse. We're going to create a new project. We'll just call this project TFS example. All right, so we hit finish. We use 1.7. Hit finish. All right, so we have TFS example. Then what we're going to do is we're going to see here. We're going to add a package. We'll call this CCAC. You can call it whatever you want to call it. All right, so let's delete this guy. It automatically gets generated. Not too concerned about it. So let's do new class. We'll just call it test. And we're just not going to do anything fancy. I just want to show you how this works. So we'll do system out.print line setting up my first TFS connection. And we'll make sure that it compiles. It works fine, so we know that's good. So we'll close out of that. Now what we need to do is we need to make sure this is added. So what we need to do is we create a new project. We already have a connection with TFS, but this project itself is not connected to TFS. So what we want to do is right click on the project, come down to Team, Share Project. We want to choose TFS. Next. Do this right here. next, and finish. Alright, so now our source code, what we need to do now is check this in. So we have a connection to the server. Now we want to do, I should move this up so you guys can see. Team, you're not going to see this. Check in pending changes. So what we want to do is, you see all these different changes, but what you want to do is you want to select what you want to check in. So right now this brings up everything. I don't want to check all that in, so I'm just going to test this, and we'll talk about this in class. So I'll just say add new code. Check in. All right, so now it's been added. So if I go out to my project out here, as you see here, as you see, my code was just added. So it just shows that my, oops, I pulled it up, didn't want to do that. As you see, my code has been added and it's out there. I'll show you some other different things in class, but how it works is, let's say that, we'll, let's see here. Let's actually go out to, well, I'll show it in class in a little bit more detail, but that's how you check in code. If you wanted to, right now it's checked out, so if I wanted to make a change, I could maybe add another line, new line, and then we compile it, make sure the baby runs. It runs fine. So now all we do is once again, we want to check it back in. Go to team, we go to, let's see, do we have it checked out? Check in, pending changes, added new line, code, and we'll show this in class a little bit in greater detail. And boom, it's already checked in. That's it right there. That's a tutorial how to get that connected, and we'll review that in class tonight. All right, bye.